Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association is the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
Formula for formulas, which is exactly what I've learned from Sean. It's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? I do think that worked. Gina Ricci, Bella Verita, and all these outstanding human beings here on Mastery Monday. Gina, what's happening?
Incredible folks here today, Sean. And why don't we tell these folks what's happening? What are we doing here?
Well, we're playing the superpower of human influence. It affects everything: our marketing, our selling, our managing, our leading, recruiting, fundraising, for-profit, not-for-profit, all the services we provide as professionals and entrepreneurs, every single bit of it. When I discovered this 25 years ago, it was life-changing because nobody taught me this. I was a Columbia undergrad. I went to Seton Hall Law, graduate with honors, and nowhere did anybody teach me any of this. And when I found out, I was shocked, because I thought marketing and selling and getting yes was sort of like manipulative and bad. And then I discovered it could be absolutely integrous, and it was life-changing in all the ways. So we're going to gamify it. Have fun with it. Connect. Gina, that's what we're doing here. And who are these extraordinary people with us, including this woman to my right, who happens to be the co-host of The Real Raw, started selling crafts on her front lawn as an 8-year-old, progressed to being a 7-figure earner in the space of network marketing. That ain't easy to do. At the ripe young age of 24, became the #1 business broker in the great state of Nevada. She was the first woman ever to do that. Ever! First person ever to do it at the age of 24, youngest. And then she progressed to being somebody who spoke, trained, led people in the sales arena. And in fact, in 2019, every company she worked with at least doubled their sales. The one, the only co-host of The Real Raw, Bella Verita. Woo! Quite amazing. So what's happening, Bill? Well, what's your fun fact?
Fun fact is, one, it's extraordinary to be here with such amazing people. And I think today my fun fact is, Sean, as I sit here and, write papers for school, I'm a 44-year-old going back to college. I grew up and was dyslexic, had a 1.7 GPA in high school, didn't ever think I could graduate college. And now I am studying in ministerial school and I'm a 4.0 and I made the dean's list for the first time ever.
Boom. Awesome job. Fun facts abound. Gina, let's hear from some of our outstanding guests on this Mastery Monday.
First up, joining us from Atlanta, Georgia, this woman, Sean, certified exit planning advisor, certified value builder advisor, teaches people, passionate about teaching people how to buy and sell law firms and increase their value. built and sold her old firm in 18 years. After practicing for 18 years, she's CEO, quid pro quo, legal podcaster, smart lawyers, positioned to transition. Please, everyone, let's welcome Victoria Collar to The Real Raw. Come here.
Exciting stuff, Victoria. Please, first of all, welcome, and please, what's your fun fact?
Thank you. It's hard to narrow it, but for the one today, I will say that when I was 18 years old, I was a professional tennis linesman and called a final match between Chris Evert and Martina Navratilova at the Virginia Slims Tour.
Chrissy Everett and Martina Navratilova, one of the great sports rivalries in history. That is a super fun fact. And congratulations on being in the rarefied territory of somebody building and exiting a law firm and teaching people to do the same. Congratulations on that. And where did that passion come from?
Well, it came from the fact that I have my own personal mission that has stood the test of time since I was a nurse's aide in a nursing home, and that is to help people live and improve their quality of life. And so I did that as a nurse's aide. I did that as an elder care attorney. And now I do that as an exit planning advisor for people wanting to exit their law firms and have and maintain their quality of life as they retire.
Bless you. That is truly a unique life to be leading, serving people and helping them gain freedom. Congratulations on that. We're gonna have some fun today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Gina.
Next, we're going to Colorado. This woman bought and sold several legal companies, gets attorneys to see their value in their administrative team, facilitates one of the most prolific legal podcasts in our country, author of the 66-Day Law Firm Turnaround. Let's all please welcome Molly McGrath to The Real Raw.
Molly, congratulations. That's roaring fans for Molly that are fully present. What is your fun fact, Molly?
My fun fact is when I started out 26 years ago, I absolutely hated public speaking. And so I threw myself into it, and what do they say? Feel the fear and do it anyways. And I have published I published 3 #1 Amazon bestseller books. I'm writing my 4th right now called Fix My Employees. And I launched a podcast 3 years ago, and I have not missed one single week in podcasting. And as of this morning, I've had over 30,000 downloads.
Beautiful. Wow. Congratulations, Molly. Truly awesome job. Appreciate you very, very much. And what's the mission, vision, purpose?
Yeah, so my mission, vision, and purpose is to transform the employee-employer relationship in law firms in particular, and to get employers to stop the revolving door and to keep their great superstar employees.
Awesome. Well, Molly, thank you for being here. We're going to have some fun today. Thank you. G-Money.
Coming to New Jersey now, everyone. Managing partner at Maitlin Goodgold Jonathan is an active networker and speaker, and has also been a repeat speaker for the National Business Institute and Lawline on topics of collection law. Please, let's all welcome Jonathan Goodgold to The Real Raw.
Jonathan, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you, Sean?
All right, doing well, brother. What is your fun fact, please?
Fun fact was, I've got 2, but I'll keep one because it's relevant. When I was a law clerk, I interviewed with your mother for a position at your firm back a long time ago.
That is absolutely amazing.
Your mother was the ultimate gatekeeper and kept me out, but that's besides.
What year was this?
01, 02.
Wow. That was my first law firm. I sold it like a year later. That's incredible. Well, and it was in Montvale, New Jersey, correct?
Yep.
Wow.
That is super fun.
That is a super fun fact. Well, I think things have gone quite well for you, eh?
It's working. I had a lot more dark hair before I went on my own for 8 years and then joined forces and trying to be managing partner and growing our current firm that's 3 years old this week. So
well, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Welcome to The Real Raw, and we're going to play the game of influence today.
Sounds good.
Thanks for being here. Gina.
From Bedminster, New Jersey, financial advisor at Merrill Lynch and Bank of America Wealth Management for 15 years. works with her clients, attorneys, accountants, and other advisors, helping them coordinate their financial legacy. Please, let's all welcome Karen Ostarticki to the Real Raw.
Good job, Regina. Good job.
How are you?
I am awesome, dude.
Dudes are awesome. So what is your fun fact for today?
You know what? I've got a 30-second backstory on this because yesterday I was sitting around the pool and I texted my squad and I said, okay, I've got a meeting tomorrow. What are my fun facts about me? They went back so far to like, years ago. I'm like, yeah, no, they don't apply anymore. But we had so many good laughs just trying to figure out what the fun fact was. And Tom will know also because I brag about this a lot. And one of them was when my life went sideways, I stepped out of corporate America. And my passion is healthy living. And so I was a single mom who raised a kid, my son, who's my absolute rock star, and go Ivies, because he was a football player and played at UPenn on a full ride to Wharton. So yeah, that's my fun fact. Yeah.
That is awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, real cool. But I've got to tell you, Tom, when he comes up here, if he's got that video, I was telling somebody because he showed me this video of his son who played pitch and putter, like miniature golf the other day for the first time. And it's so cute. It's adorable.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, congratulations on that. How'd your son do now? Is he at Wharton now?
No, he graduated virtually March of 2020. He was offered a position before he started his senior year. So he's fine. He's living in the city, living the life. Yeah, he's good.
Well, congratulations on being an outstanding entrepreneur, professional, and mom. So thanks. For
absolutely.
Beautiful work. Gina.
Let's meet Tom. Let's meet the founding member of Ercolano Law. Over a decade of legal experience and highly skilled. And Sean, this final guest is a Seton Hall Law alum. Let's all please welcome Tom Ercolano to the Real Raw.
Tom, beautiful. Is it okay to ask what year did you graduate at Seton Hall?
Sure. I graduated from Seton Hall Law in 2010.
Nice. Okay. So sandwiched in between, I was a Seton Hall Law grad and my son is starting Seton Hall right now. So beautiful.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And what is your fun fact, Tom?
My fun fact is that I was the lead in my high school musical. I was Jesus in Godspell. That was the end of my theatrical career, though. I didn't really do anything else. But yeah, fun fact.
Well, those are some big shoes to fill. Yeah. So that is absolutely awesome and really appreciate it. Where are you coming from today, Tom?
I am home here in New Jersey, in Long Hill Township, New Jersey. My office is in Livingston. I'm a solo practitioner. I just opened up my office 2 months ago. It's my 9th week of being on my own. So a lot going on for me now.
Tom, congratulations on your life, the things, and for being Jesus, at least at a play.
You're welcome.
Awesome. So, Gina, thank you for that and appreciate you enormously. We're gonna get going on this thing. And by the way,
before we get going on this thing, let me introduce my co-host, Sean Callaghan. We saw this video about you. However, it doesn't really depict I don't know if that's a word in my college paper, but anyway, my co-host, Sean Callaghan, only one of 2 attorneys to win a top 100 out of 1.2 million attorneys to win a top 100 national jury verdict between the years of 2016 and 2018, built his first twice. Yeah. Yes. One of 2 attorneys that won twice.
Yes.
Yes. Only one of 2 attorneys that won twice. And only when he first started his law firm right out of Seton Hall, as a matter of fact, 6 months after he got out of law school, built his first law firm, 40-person law firm in 6 months. Ended up selling that law firm, as he stated. Now, in 2 years, built a 125-person law firm that he still has today. And one of the most world-renowned speakers just last week raised $2.6 million for charity in a room where they were hoping to possibly get 200,000. So my co-host, Sean Callaghan.
No, thank you. So yes, and my fun fact is, I'm a blind guy that has taught blind people to surf. And that will be my fun fact for today. So Gina, we love you. Mwah. Have a beautiful day. Bella,
Love
you
you.
ready to do this thing?
Let's do this thing.
Okay, so who's going first?
Let's go with our friend Molly.
Molly, this is how this works. We're playing with the superpower of influence, which we believe rises exponentially as we rise in our mastery, similar like the scale of income. You know, if you make $150,000 pre-COVID, you were in the 95th percentile. You made 400,000, you're in the 99th percentile. But all of a sudden, you go to 99.99, you jump to 7.8 million. How does that happen? That there's such disparity between equally intelligent, hardworking, heart-centered humans. There has to be something. We think it's a superpower of influence, how you apply it and how you get yourself to use it emotionally. And we play that game, little introductory fashion, tip of the iceberg-ness present for today. So Molly, in playing that game, Bella will be anybody you want her to be. It's a game of going from hello to yes, but with integrity, not pitching, hooking, closing, like something in it for me, yes. How do we integriously see the value for the other person and give more than we're taking? So that's what this game is about, Molly. And who would you like Bella to be that would be a yes for you that would matter in the world?
I'd like for her to be an attorney.
Nice.
Nice.
Any specific type of attorney?
Let's go with estate planning and elder law.
Beautiful.
Estate planning and what
estate
law?
planning, elder law.
Elder law.
Yes.
I thought you said other law.
Something you're very, very
Yes. Hello, this is Bella.
Hi, Bella. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. What can I do for you?
So am I role playing? Sorry, I'm not understanding.
Yes. We are role playing, and you're going from hello to yes with me.
Okay. Oh boy, I'm caught off guard.
Yeah, no problem. So it's just a simple conversation going from hello to yes. Could be a longer meeting. Could be any yes in the world that you are seeking.
Okay. Well, Bella, so I see that you're answering your own phones as the owner of your law firm. So do you not have enough work that you're not meeting with clients right now and you're answering your own phones?
No, I just happened our secretary is stepped away for a second, and so just tried to cover it while she stepped away.
So what were you doing when I called you?
Just going through files, working on cases. We have a couple of trials that we're working on at the moment.
Oh, great. What's your hourly rate? How much you charge?
We bill, myself personally, we bill at $500 an hour. And but what is this? This seems awful like personal questions to be asking me. What is this regarding?
Well, I'm just trying to issue spot in regards to, I know that you're a busy attorney and you're able to answer your own phone. So wouldn't it be helpful if you had backup when your receptionist went to the restroom or went to lunch, so you can continue to work on files and move cases forward?
Yeah, absolutely. However, I'm not so, I think our fundamental belief is we're changing the way that people feel about attorneys. And, me personally, I don't mind, jumping in and helping out, when I can. We have a lot going on at the current moment. And so it's not enough to, we pick up the slack where we can with each other.
Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations for that. But if I was a client calling, based on my research, an average phone call coming into a law firm is 22 minutes long. So if I'm an average client calling in right now, and I can feel that you're busy, you want to get to the point, you want to figure out what I want, that might be a little bit problematic when you're meeting with a client that wants to keep you on the phone for 22 minutes and you don't have time for them versus having a proper intake coordinator. Would you be interested in hearing about how to stop answering your own phones when your staff call in sick, don't show up, and or possibly go to the restroom?
I'm not sure that that's a need that we're looking to fill right now. But maybe you can send me some information. What is it that you do? Are you proposing that I hire people, or what's happening?
Yeah, we have two different models. One is to train your support team, and not just the person answering the phone, but everybody that's responsible for the front of your office. And then number two, talk to you about what it takes to have backup. So yes, we do virtual staffing in addition to W-2, and to support you with not having to answer your own phones and be taken off your game during billable hour work.
Got it. Well, definitely send me some information and at our next board meeting, we'll discuss it.
Yeah, like it. Good job, Molly. I like the model. Yeah, excellent, excellent. We'll see what the judges have to say in a second. Who's going next?
Next we have Miss Victoria.
Miss Victoria, who would you like Bella to be, please?
I would like Bella to be Sean.
Oh, favorite character to play.
All right, take us in.
Hello, this is Mr. Callaghan.
Hi, this is Victoria, and I was calling to talk with you about your experience in running your podcast and the guests that you've had on there. And
yeah,
so,
what would you like to know?
Thank you. So first of all, it's my understanding that you've owned and sold law firms, and you still own a law firm. Was that the inspiration of starting the podcast, or what was your inspiration?
Yeah, I think the inspiration was, when I graduated law school, it wasn't in the brochure that you had to actually know how to sell and get clients. I thought when I graduated law school, I was going to get hired by this fancy law firm, and, then, a year later, I was going to be flying around in, private jets and driving my nice car. And that wasn't what it looked like. When I started at my first law firm, I quickly realized when, one of the gentlemen there that had been there for 20 years was working in his hospital bed, and they were considering letting him go. I thought that's not the path that I wanted to go on, and decided, 6 months ago, going $100,000 into debt, that I was going to build my own law firm, and I was going to figure out how to sell integrously, because I didn't want to be one of those slimy salespeople. So I was going to figure out how to sell integrously. And now that has been the catalyst for starting Unblinded is, we wanted to teach other people how they could become business owners, not operators, through the technology for your money, time, and magic.
So your mission, it sounds like, is to really help people become, business owners, that they can have freedom and not be tied to their desk, or like you said, the hospital bed. So can you briefly, in 20 seconds, share a result of one of your, someone you've influenced that way?
Yeah, well, we just this weekend actually did a, 45 person event for one of the law firms that we are currently coaching, who is in the medical revenue recovery space. And, as a result of working with us, I don't remember the exact numbers of what she's grown her law firm in people and in dollar amounts, but it's definitely been a significant amount. So that's kind of one case. And then another gentleman, not in law. Oh, go ahead.
That's okay. I just wanted to make sure that I'm respectful of your time. And
yes,
I just wanted to share with you that, I also work with lawyers, and I think your story would be so inspiring to my client base, and being able to help others further your mission. And I was wondering if you'd be willing to talk on my podcast called Smart Lawyers Position and Transition, so that our clients can be inspired by your story.
That would be absolutely extraordinary. Victoria, thank you so much for asking. And if you think, that we could be of value to your audience, we would definitely be honored.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Very nice work, Victoria. Excellent. So let's see what the judges have to say for the beautiful work that Molly and Victoria just did. Please, Bella.
Let's start. So what this looks like is we're going to give both Molly and Victoria 30 seconds of feedback. Something that they did great, something that maybe they could optimize, and then a score of 1 to 10. 1 being you would rather go to the dentist and have a root canal than have a longer conversation.
Ouch.
Yes, no, that's not that fun. Without any, let's go with out any numbing or anything. Then 5, if they bought you a cup of coffee at Starbucks, you'd meet them for a mocha chocolate latte with caramel sauce on top. And then 10 being you would rent a private jet to fly anywhere in the world just to have a longer conversation. So Tom, let's start with your 30 seconds of feedback for Molly.
Sure. Me personally, I do have, I'm a solo practitioner. So I would be interested to hear from her, from a very personal perspective, about how maybe she could save me some time. I'd give her a 5 right now, because in 3 minutes, it's hard to gauge, what is she trying to get me to say yes to? And in this scenario, it was a cold call situation. And so it wasn't like there wasn't an agenda. So it was hard to me really to know where we were going. So I'll give it a 5.
Yeah, so Tom will grab a maca chaka laka thing.
Well,
Like
caramel,
one of
maybe even
Definitely.
extra caramel sauce.
One of your Starbucks things.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Tom, my fun fact is I've actually never had a single cup of coffee in my entire life.
Not even a sip, right?
I had one sip of Dunkin' Donuts when I was 16 years old, one sip, and that was it. Yeah.
That's all you needed. All right, great job, Tom. And how about for Victoria?
Victoria, I'd bump up to like a 7.5. You know, it was like from the get-go in a conversation, it was very engaging. And in terms of Victoria, getting you, Bella, to talk a little bit about yourself as opposed to just asking very pointed questions. As somebody listening to the conversation, I was interested to see where it was going as opposed to just whether or not there would be a yes or no to a particular question. So I felt very interested in what Victoria was going to offer you.
Beautiful.
So Tom would maybe have a maca chaka latte and take an Uber.
And take an Uber, yes.
Yes, okay.
There we go. Let's go with Karen. Karen, how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Victoria?
Oh my goodness, Victoria, I have been client facing for all of my life and you were exceptional. I would give you, like Tom, I was thinking a 7, I'm gonna bump it up to a 7.5 because I heard him say that, but it was all about Sean and it was all about what they do and how they do it and why they do it. And it was great because at the very end, you also did the ask and you asked him to be on your podcast. So I thought you were absolutely exceptional.
No, excellent job, Karen.
Definitely. And then finally, let's go. Karen, in your 30 seconds of feedback for Molly.
Molly, because I had no idea where you were going, you came in hard and fast and we're just asking really personal questions right off the bat. And I was a little taken aback. If I was on the other end of I'd be like, oh, hold on, what are you doing? And who are you? And why are you calling? And what are you asking these questions about? So I'm going to give you a 5. But I would my suggestion to you is come in softer. Introduce yourself, why you're calling, what's your value prop? How are you going to help them? Let her know by the end of the call that you can lend value.
Beautiful. Awesome. And finally, we'll go Jonathan. Jonathan, your 30 seconds of feedback for Molly.
Molly, I thought the second half of the conversation went a lot better than the first. I'm gonna rank you a little lower. I'm gonna go 4 because I get calls, I meet people, at networking events, and there are times where they'll be like, won't even say a word, just stick a card in my face. I'm like, and smile, and they'll be like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, did I ask? Am I even interested? And that just, where if I get a call and it's like, so are you, I'm like, click, thank you. And that's just not, it's got to be a soft, get to know someone and, set up almost like an agenda, but what you're trying to do, but, get to know them and not as direct, I think. That's just.
And what was your score for Molly, Jonathan?
4.
Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, thank you. And how about your 30 seconds of feedback for Victoria?
Victoria, I gave a 6. I thought it was better. It definitely was more of a story, and it's like, find out more about you and whatever. I mean, this was a difficult exercise to even try. I know Molly got the short end of the stick here with the starting and then like kind of not knowing where to go from the beginning. And Victoria got to see it a little more. But it seemed just more like a natural conversation. And, you get into that, then you can open up a little more and ask more what you want to do. And that there was a value proposition at the end for you to go on the podcast. So it was like, oh, it could help me, it could help you. It seemed like more of an entryway almost.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Yeah. And I just want to say this, I'm blind and I can't see any names. So I always memorize everybody's names. This has been the most extraordinary show ever. We've had 525 shows, more than 3,250 people on. And this is the most extraordinary show at its simplest because everybody's names are easy. Molly, Victoria, Tom, Karen, Jonathan. This is the first time we've had names that easy ever in the history of the show.
I think so.
So I'm super excited about all of your names for a blind guy. Thank you. Second, I want to acknowledge both Molly and Victoria. This ain't easy. And as Jonathan so eloquently pointed out, to jump in, it's like, well, how should I, what's and Molly and Victoria, you did an absolutely outstanding job. And we couldn't be more grateful. And guess what? Because of my dear friend to my right, now you get to stick it back to me. Bella?
Yeah, so this is
I'll step away so they can stick it back.
So this is the time in the show. Oh, I see like Molly's kind of like rubbing her hands. She's like, this is gonna be good now. This is the time of the show that we get to do a little reverse role play. And I get to put Sean on the hot seat. And somebody gets to set a scenario that Sean goes from hello to yes on. So it could be a hello to yes to be on the podcast. It could be a hello to yes to get me to hire for your firm. It could be as simple as meeting for a cup of coffee. He has even one time, my favorite, had to go from hello to yes with a very conservative New Jersey attorney on why he should go to Burning Man. So it could be any kind of scenario. And I've never even smoked pot. And Sean's never even smoked pot. Yes, that is a true story. So let's choose a number between 1 and 5. Victoria, your number.
I'm 5.
You're 5. Molly, your number.
7.
Between 1 and 5.
Oh, sorry, 3.
She's not cheaper.
Tom, your number.
2.
Jonathan, your number.
1.
Karen, your number.
1.
No, one's already taken. There's only one number left.
I have no idea what the last number is. 4. Okay,
It's
4.
number
Thanks.
4, and the number was 4, Karen. So you can get to set the scenario, or you can pass it to somebody else. Would you like to set the scenario, or would you like to pass it?
I'll pass.
And who would you like to pass it to?
My friend Tom Ercolano, of course.
Whoa!
Jesus, take the wheel, dude.
Like to set for Sean.
Are there any limitations on the scenario, or can
As long as it's integrous. There's no limitations as long as it's integrous. So it can't be swampland in the middle of New York City, but as long as it's integrous, it can be any hello to yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a challenge I'm facing right now, and they all center around my toddler son who won't eat any vegetables, but I won't give that to you because that's impossible.
Yeah, that would be really fun, Tom, because Sean himself will not eat any vegetables. He has not had
perfect.
a single vegetable in his entire life.
I want you to convince him to eat his vegetables.
There you go, Sean Callaghy. A man who never eats his vegetables is going to convince someone to eat their vegetables. Right. I like this.
Tom, how old is your son, Tom?
I'm sorry?
How old is your son?
3.5.
Ooh, okay. So this is going to be an epic dynamic. And by the way, Belle, why are you crawling under the table? Belle?
I can't get around you.
Are you so happy that I just filmed you?
No, not at all.
On the table? That is amazing. So that is fun. We have fun here. Okay. So, and Tom, what is your 3.5-year-old son's name?
Roman, Roman.
That is a super cool name.
Thank you.
And what does Roman like in the world? What is something that Roman likes overall?
He loves dirt bikes, Spider-Man, and peanut butter and jelly.
Awesome. Okay. And you will be Roman, is that correct or no?
Me? Sure.
Okay. So, hey, Roman, how you doing, pal? How was your day?
I played in the mud. It was great.
That is absolutely awesome. And where'd you play in the mud? Like, what happened?
Outside with my best friend, Charlie.
Wow, that is so cool. How's Charlie doing?
He told me I was a baby, and then we wrestled, but we're friends again.
Oh, I'm sorry he said that, but how'd you do in the wrestling?
We both rolled around. It was fun.
That's awesome. Did you do anything else today that was fun? So you rolled around, wrestled. What else did you do today?
Played soccer.
Ooh, and where'd you play? In the backyard? Did you go
at the playground?
Nice. And how was that, Jeff? What'd you like about it?
I like kicking the ball.
No, beautiful. So did you watch any TV today?
Not yet. I just got home from school, and we don't watch TV until after school.
Yeah. Okay. So, I was thinking about Spider-Man. And what do you like about Spider-Man? I love Spider-Man. I know that you do too, but what is it like? What do you like about him?
He fights the bad guys and he flips his webs.
Yeah. And how does he usually do when he fights the bad guys, Roman?
He does a good job. He takes care of all the bad guys.
Yeah. And he protects people and he keeps people safe. And do you think Spider-Man is strong?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And he's really, really good at keeping people safe. And how would you feel if you were able to do what Spider-Man does?
I would feel great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, I know, pal, that there's a little bit of like not so much fun around eating vegetables, right?
I don't like vegetables.
Yeah, I understand. What do you think about vegetables? Like, what goes on for you, Roman, about vegetables?
Yucky. They're yucky.
Yeah. Can I tell you a little interesting secret though?
Okay.
Do you know who eats vegetables?
Nobody, because they're gross.
I hear you. But what if Spider-Man ate vegetables? What would you think of that?
I think that if he eats vegetables, that's good for him and not for me.
I understand. But what if Spider-Man, the reason that he is so strong, he's able to help people so much, what if it has something to do with eating vegetables? And if you ate vegetables, you'd be even able to help more people and get stronger. And when you're wrestling with Charlie, you'd be able to be even stronger and more able to win wrestling matches and play soccer with even more energy and feel great. How would you feel about that?
That would be pretty nice.
Yeah. And listen, so what I'm thinking about, and I know we got to get moving, we got to eat dinner soon. Here's all I'm thinking. What if we could just try a little bit of vegetables each day? And because you know what I think Spider-Man did to get, and I know he got bit by a spider, I know that helped. But one of the things that he also did is he always just tried a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And all of a sudden it became easier and easier and easier. So in the beginning, Roman, I think it's going to be, not that easy. But the positive things that are going to happen because of eating vegetables will be unbelievable over time. And so would it be okay if we just tried? How about this? Let's not even try tonight. Let's tonight just like relax. But tomorrow, let's just have a little bit and let's start building on that. How would you feel about trying that, Roman?
I can do that.
Awesome. And then we could talk about Spider-Man. And we could talk about other really cool things and how you could keep growing. Because you know what, Roman, is the most important thing as your dad that I want to help you see. What I want to help you see is that no matter what happens in the world, you, Roman, decide what you like and don't like. You, Roman, decide what you can do and can't do. Nobody else decided it. If something doesn't taste good today, you can make it taste good soon. And if there's something that, feels a little bit scary, you can make it not scary. And so I love you. And this is about vegetables, but it's about a lot more. And it's about letting that superhero inside of you. Because really, Roman, Spider-Man's amazing, but you don't need to get bit by a spider. You don't need to wear a costume to be a superhero in this world. And you get to decide that and how you make decisions and what you do for people. So I know that's a big conversation, and you're 3.5. We're gonna have some fun at dinner soon. But I love you, Roman, and I'm really proud of you. So sound good? Let's go have some dinner.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, pal. Out of roll. how'd I do, Tom, with having a chat with Roman?
That was very impressive. I mean, you took it from soccer and Spider-Man to getting me to eat my vegetables. I mean, obviously, I think that with a toddler's mindset, it's a little different because it's very scattered. But even by taking something that Roman is interested in and figuring out a way to communicate to him the importance of what you're trying to get him to do, put it in his own frame of mind so that he could understand why he should be doing what you want him to.
Well, thank you very much. And let's go, Karen. How did that feel for you?
Oh, we can't hear you. for some
Sorry,
reason.
absolutely loved it. You went from speaking with a toddler and what was forefront at that moment in his mind, and transitioned into, what makes him who he is, but circled back to, hey, nobody's going to ever tell you what you like and what you don't like. And there was a really valuable life lesson in there beyond vegetables. Great job.
Well, thank you, Karen. And you know what? If we have a minute, what I would love also to do is to give some support, because sort of in a way, generally, Molly and Victoria, they can help law firms and lawyers. Molly, is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Yeah. So would you permit me to be you for a minute to have a conversation for a first time with a law firm? Would that be in service or no?
Absolutely.
Okay. And so your ideal client, I know, the Bella situation did, like, your ideal client is facing what type of challenge?
Staffing.
Right. Okay. So, and it's finding the person, retaining the person, training the people, and I know all those things are in, but which way would you want to go, to cause them to hire you for staffing or for training?
Retention.
Beautiful. Okay. So how about, Molly, you'll be a firm and I'll be calling initially, right? Sound fun?
Yeah.
Okay. So, ring. Hello. And you'll be Mary, the owner, the managing partner of the firm. Sound good?
Great. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, is Mary there?
This is Mary. Who's this?
Hey, Mary, my name is Molly. You definitely do not know me, but I was wondering if you have 1 minute to see if we should spend an extra 2 minutes. I won't take more than 3 minutes of your time, and this is not a sales call. Do you have a moment?
Sure.
Yeah. So again, thanks, Mary. So my name is Molly, and what I do is I help firms do a bunch of different things, including staffing, retention. But you go, oh, so you're selling me staffing and retention? And my answer is no. What I'm interested in communicating with you about is actually how to introduce you to people. Does that sound a little bit interesting? And does that buy us 2 more minutes?
Introduce me to what type of people?
People that would help your firm. People that would help your firm grow. Could be potential referral sources and other attorneys in the area geographically. Because I do staffing, I do training, I do retention. But I realized that instead of giving you a cake, an umbrella, a bottle of wine, theater tickets, that probably what would be more valuable is to introduce you to people that could help your firm grow. So the only initial criteria is if you're in a place where you're super happy with everything that's happening in your firm, everything is perfect. I won't even use the last minute that we have. I would say, congratulations, you're extraordinary. But is there any desire for growth and improvement of your law firm in any way?
There is. You can email my assistant with the information.
Okay. So what I'm hearing from you is there is no possibility that you're seeing any value yet, which I understand we've only spoken for 2 minutes. And I appreciate that completely. But would it be okay if we spent 1 more minute? Because I understand, and I mean this, I'm very happy and thankful to email information to your assistant. But if I do that, I know we're not going to end up working together to a 99.9% degree of certainty because you're super busy. And I absolutely get that. And there's no way in any email I could possibly communicate value and we can begin to build a relationship. But my question is truly, because if you're in a place where you're super happy and, kind of yeah, hey, like a pony in an island, anything would be a little bit better. I get that. But my real question is, are you in a place that you're looking to grow your firm in any way, shape, or form?
Well, of course. Why would I be in business if I don't want to grow?
Well, actually, believe it or not, a lot of people are in a place in their legal career where they're so busy, they're not looking to build, scale, or grow. And that's why I talked to actually a fair number of people like that. So the fact that you're in that space, what I'm asking you, and I get the hesitancy, we do not know each other at all, but if I could ask, would you want to come on a show where you'd meet other people geographically situated? And I know that you guys do elder law, and we would have other compatible professions around it, transactional business attorneys, some immigration attorneys that you get to meet, and other people that would serve the legal industry that might actually become referral sources. It's not networking. It's a place that you can come to where we could get to know each other. But before I ask to do anything for your firm, and there's a lot that I could do, I want to give you value first. How does that resonate for you or not?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to.
Okay, cool. And I guess my final question is, before we part, what's your ultimate vision for the firm, Mary? Like, what do you see as winning for you? You win the game of law. So most attorneys I talk to are stressed, exhausted. They're business operators, not owners. How do you see winning the game of law?
For me is to hire people so I can get out of the conference room and working in the business, so I can work on growing the business and ultimately selling it.
Amen. Well, that's exactly what we help people to do, and a lot of the things that we do. But first, I'd love to have a shared experience together, get to know each other a little bit, and truly add value. You already said that would work. Would it be okay to propose a date to you? 3 weeks from today, I have an opening. It's in the same geography, be compatible professions. How does that sound to you?
Yeah, you can definitely call Susie at my office to schedule.
Awesome. I will tell Susie that we're all good. I'll also send that confirming information. And I look forward to adding value to you, earning a relationship, and then truly showing what we could do. So Mary, thank you so much for taking a few minutes with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Out of roll. All right, Molly, how did that feel for you?
It felt good. I know when attorneys say you say 1 minute, it went a little longer than 1 minute. So I didn't know if you really wanted me to actively role play. But at the tonality, the cadence, the deliverability, the sincerity, and the ability to get me to really truly see my vision was extraordinary.
No, thank you, Molly. And just I note, so I said, can I have 1 minute to see if you'll give me 2 more?
Yes.
Right. So that was, yeah, right. And so I completely agree with you, Molly, that time check-ins are absolutely vital. Like time check-ins are absolutely vital. So we always encourage people, time check-in, especially when you don't know each other. Because the greatest fear people have when they don't know you is being stuck in a phone call and conversation they don't want to be. So Molly, thank you for that. Great job. And just Victoria, thank you as well for the courage to jump into the participant seat on Molly. How was your experience and time with us in the Real Raw today?
Amazing. Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, thank you.
And I agree. I appreciate the opportunity and to meeting you guys and women. And so it's a great learning opportunity. And I look forward to
well, thank you.
seeing more things that you do.
Yeah, and thank you. Great job, Jonathan, as well. Jonathan, thank you for your feedback. And the judges, that's not an easy position to be in, to give heart-centered, candid, open feedback. Jonathan, great job doing that. How was your time today?
It was good. It was good. I appreciate, it was nice to see different things. It's like, you talk about sincerity, and the old joke is once you fake that, you've got it made. But it does come across. I mean, everyone's got to do a delivery or a style that works for them. I mean, you can you're successful at what you do, so you know what works for you, and everyone's got to find their voice.
Yeah. So, and Jonathan, what I would share with everyone, we teach 12 indispensable elements, and one of those 12, we teach 4 steps, 12 indispensable elements, 4 energies, is loving people unconditionally with boundaries. And the authenticity piece is when we can treat an Uber driver, a server in a restaurant, and a billionaire the same way, or a federal judge the exact same way, then we have the integrity and authenticity to not be faking it when we're engaged and trying to get a yes we want. And, we travel all over the world. Straight up, how do I show up and how do we show up when it comes to people who we can get something very meaningful from or people who we can't get anything from?
I would say it's equal across the board. There's no different than how you treat the server or how you treated the attorney that has been working on the 9/11 case suing Saudi Arabia for 20 years. You treated that attorney the very same way.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and how about this? So thank you, Jonathan. Tom, how was your time with us today? Again, thank you for the very fun role play and scenario. I appreciated the vegetables and Roman very much. How was your time with us?
I greatly enjoyed it. I really appreciate you inviting me, and I had a wonderful time. Learned a few things I jotted down here on my notepad. So, it was a very helpful 1 hour spent on a Monday evening. So thank you very much for having me.
No, I appreciate that as well. And Karen, great job. How was your time with us?
Enjoyable. It was. This is the world I live in and have been very successful in for many years. And I've always had top level sales coaching and training programs. And I've always risen to the top. And one of the highest things, compliments or ways that I do that is just being my highest authentic self. I'm just always there, always present, staying in the moment. I'm not thinking of what I'm going to say. I'm just listening. So, there's times where, it doesn't work and you think, okay, what happened? But, it'll come around again. So thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah. And the bottom line is, right, this is a heart and math game, heart and math. And that no matter what we do, we're not getting yes from everyone, but the exponential differentials that compound when we think about our 7 levers of marketing and sales process mastery, from shared experiences to ecosystem emergence to speaking engagements to sales mean to sales, into disposable income, contributions, and fun and magic. As we move through the distinctions of those, if we're generating yeses at a 20% rate with people we don't know versus an 80% rate, you compound those conversations over the course of a day, a week, a month, a year at each of the levers. And it is the difference between having a $100 million enterprise and a $500,000 enterprise, because those numbers create differences. So Karen couldn't agree more. And Jonathan, Tom, Karen, Victoria, Molly, easy to say, wonderful names. Appreciate you. Bella, final, great job. And PS, we have more if people are interested. And I've had many unique distinctions in business building. We fancy and fundraising, but in firm expansion and creating business ownership and operatorship and advancement of all sorts of firms and businesses. So if that's interesting, great. We have the team, Fernando, Adam, the entire Unblinded staff, our extraordinary people, my co-founder, Adam Bugino, built a $750 million company from a $3 million company, Inc. 500 magazine, 3 consecutive years. Fernando's extraordinary. We run a legally unblinded night. We invite you guys if that would be a service. But if not, we're very appreciative that you guys came. We are value add continuously. Bella, final.
I think you covered it all, Sean. So thank you. I want to thank Tom for giving me some tools that maybe I could use to get Sean to eat vegetables. Now I know how to do a little reverse role play. So thank you for that, Tom. But I think you covered everything.
It would have to be by Batman, not Spider-Man.
Yes, I am well aware. I am well aware.
So great job. And I think the results that we seek in business scaling, turning business ownership into operatorship into ownership, truly are right in front of us. And I may be legally blind, but I do think that at some level, all of us are blind.
And just learning to see.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great day. Great job. Thank you.